The paradox of loss. What if the things falling apart in your life aren't a sign of failure, but a sign of protection? What if the endings you're grieving are actually beginnings in disguise? And what if the universe isn't taking anything from you, but clearing space for the very life you've been praying for? You're not losing everything. You're being redirected. And if this message found you now, it's because you're in the middle of a transformation that your mind doesn't yet understand, but your soul deeply recognizes. Breathe. You're meant to hear this today. When life feels like it's unraveling, there are seasons where life feels brutally confusing, where nothing makes sense anymore, where things you thought were stable suddenly collapse beneath your feet. Maybe you're in that season now. A relationship ended. An opportunity slipped away. A door closed that you were sure would open. People you trusted drifted, faded, or walked out. It feels like loss. It feels like punishment. It feels like the universe is stripping things from you without asking for your permission. You try to stay strong. You try to hold it together. You try to convince yourself that everything is fine. But deep down, you feel the ache of something shifting. It's disorienting, isn't it? Like standing in a house while the walls quietly disappear one by one. Like being left in the dark without a map. Like being asked to start over when you don't feel ready. But here's something few people understand. Before life lifts you to a higher path, it dismantles the path you've outgrown. Not to hurt you, but to free you. Why this happens. The psychology of redirection. From a psychological perspective, your mind clings to what feels familiar, even when the familiar is limiting. But your soul craves expansion. This creates a tension between who you were and who you're becoming. Loss is often the bridge between those two identities. Neuroscientists call this process neural pruning. The brain lets go of old pathways to create new ones. Carl Jung called it individuation, the breaking apart of the false self so the true self can emerge. Spirituality calls it divine redirection, a sacred rerouting toward your higher purpose. Different languages, same truth. Life removes what blocks your next chapter, and you don't have to understand the removal for it to be necessary. Your soul knows what your mind is not yet ready to accept. Metaphor, the shattering of the vessel. Imagine a clay vessel, old, cracked, worn. It once served you well. It once carried your dreams, your identity, your comfort. But now it can't hold what you're meant to become. So the universe shatters it. To your mind, it feels like destruction. To your soul, it feels like liberation. Because only when the vessel breaks can you build a bigger one. Only when the glass cracks can you redesign the container. Only when the old identity dissolves can your new one emerge. Life isn't breaking you, it's breaking through you. The illusion of losing everything. Let's look at something from a higher vantage point. Think of the times in your life when something ended and you feared it was the worst thing that could happen. But months later, or years later, you realized it was the best thing. The job you didn't get led you to the one that changed your life. The person who left made space for someone who sees you deeply. The opportunity that slipped away redirected you to a path that finally aligned. You didn't lose, you shifted. And the same thing is happening now. You just can't see the full picture yet. When you're standing inside the storm, it's impossible to recognize that the storm is carrying you somewhere clearer. What looks like chaos is actually choreography. What feels like breakdown is actually a breakthrough. You're not being stripped. You're being steered. How the universe redirects you. Divine redirection often begins subtly, through discomfort, through intuition, through uneasiness. When your soul outgrows a situation, it sends signals. A relationship starts feeling heavy. Your energy drains in certain environments. Your passions shift. Your desires change. Your inner voice whispers, there is more. If you ignore these whispers, the universe becomes louder. Doors close. Connections dissolve. Opportunities fall apart. Plans are interrupted, not to punish you, but to push you toward alignment. Because if something is meant for you, it will flow. And if something is wrong for you, the universe will create resistance until you release it. The mistake we make during loss. When life redirects us, we often respond with fear, grief, desperation, attachment, self-blame. We cling to what is leaving because we don't trust what is coming. We tell ourselves, I can't lose this. I need this. This was supposed to work out. But the truth is, you don't lose what is meant for your evolution. You only lose what blocks it. Every ending is a clearing. Every loss is a recalibration. Every collapse is a redirection. What if, instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You began asking, what is this trying to free me for? Reframe. Seeing loss as alignment. Here's the shift. You must stop seeing loss as failure and start seeing it as refinement. Life is not taking. Life is tailoring. You are being shaped into someone who can finally hold what you've been calling in. You can't step into a higher timeline while holding on to a lower one. You can't meet your next chapter while clinging to your last. When you reframe loss as redirection, everything changes. The heaviness lifts, the fear softens, the confusion clears. You begin to see that nothing was random, nothing was wasted, and nothing was truly lost, only transformed. What happens when you embrace redirection? When you accept that life is rerouting you, you step into flow. Here's what begins to unfold. 1. You become lighter. Resistance dissolves. Your spirit exhales. You stop gripping the old story. 2. You see opportunities you couldn't see before. Not because they weren't there, but because you weren't ready. 3. You trust your inner guidance more. Your intuition strengthens. Your awareness deepens. Your clarity sharpens. 4. New relationships appear. People aligned with your growth, your frequency, your destiny. 5. You experience synchronicities, signs, perfect timing, meaningful coincidences, all confirming you're on the right path. 6. Life becomes gentler. You begin to relax into the unfolding instead of fighting it. 7. You find purpose in what was once pain. You realize the storm wasn't there to drown you. It was there to deliver you to a new shore. This is what redirection does. It brings you home to yourself. The cosmic view, galaxies, realigning. From a cosmic perspective, your life is not a series of random events. It's a constellation, a precise arrangement of experiences, endings, and new beginnings. Imagine galaxies shifting to create a new doorway, stars rearranging to form a new constellation, the universe reshaping itself to match the version of you are becoming. That's what's happening right now. It may look like things are falling apart, but they are falling into place. The pieces are moving. The timelines are shifting. The path is aligning. You are being redirected to something more stable, more meaningful, more sacred. The invitation to trust. Let's pause here. Place a hand on your heart. Take a slow breath in. Hold. Release. Now ask yourself gently, what if nothing has gone wrong? What if I'm being guided? What if this is the turning point? Your fear might say you're losing everything, but your soul knows. You're being rerouted, recentered, realigned. You are moving towards something you would have never chosen for yourself from a place of fear, but that you will be grateful for from a place of wisdom. The invitation now is simple. Trust. Let go. Allow the redirection. Your next chapter requires space to enter, and life is clearing that space. You are not losing. You are becoming. Take one last deep breath. Here's the truth your soul already knows. You are not losing everything. You are losing the version of your life that cannot support your expansion. You are not being abandoned. You are being guided. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. And you are not breaking down. You are breaking open. The universe is rearranging your path with precision, intention, and love. What's meant for you is not behind you. It's ahead of you, waiting for you to stop clinging to what's gone. If these words touched your heart, place your hand over your chest and whisper softly, I trust the redirection. And if this message brought you clarity, please like and subscribe. Not for the algorithm, but for your own alignment, your own peace, your own healing. Your new path is already unfolding, and it's more beautiful than what you're leaving behind.